Advances under this facility will be charged at RBI's policy repo rate at the time of availment. So these institutions get it today as per the repo rate, which is 4.4%. So therefore this will enable these institutions to provide the refinance at an affordable rate, at a reasonable rate, when they extend this money to various lending institutions. The next announcement, and this is very important, relates to the LAF, Liquidity Adjustment Facility, and this relates to fixed rate reverse repo rate. That is the reverse repo rate. As I have mentioned earlier, the surplus liquidity in the banking system has risen significantly in the wake of government spending and the various liquidity enhancing measures undertaken by the RBI. On April 15, the amount observed under reverse repo operations was 6.9 lakh crore. Earlier, what I had given about the system liquidity, that was net. That is the difference between the repo and the reverse repo. What I am now saying is one way of flow at the end of every day, how much flows from the system into the RBI through the reverse repo window. That has been in the order of, on April 15th, the RBI absorbed rupees 6.9 lakh crore through the reverse repo window. So that much of surplus was available with the system. Now, in order to encourage the banks to deploy these surplus funds in investments and loans in productive sectors of the economy, it has been decided to reduce the fixed rate reverse repo rate under the liquidity adjustment facility by 25 basis points from 4% to 3.75% with immediate effect. So I repeat, the reverse repo rate is being reduced by 25 basis points from 4% to 3.75%. The policy repo rate, however, remains unchanged at 4.4% because that is a matter which is decided by the MPC, and also the marginal standing facility rate and bank rate, they also remain unchanged at 4.65%. The next announcement relates to ways and means advances for states. On 1st April 2020, RBI had announced an increase in the ways and means advances limit, WMA limit of states by 30%. It has now been decided to increase the WMA limit of states by 60% over and above the level as on March 31st, 2020 to provide greater comfort to the states for undertaking COVID containment and mitigation efforts, and also to plan their market borrowing programs better. This we expect will help the states not to bunch up their borrowing program in the early part of the year, but to space it appropriately as per their requirement. The increased limit will be available, that is this increased limit of WMA up to by 60%. This facility will be available till September 30th, 2020. The next set of measures are related to regulatory measures. On March 27, 2020, the Reserve Bank had announced certain regulatory measures to mitigate the burden of debt servicing brought about by disruptions on account of COVID-19 and to ensure the continuity of viable businesses. Based on a review of rapidly evolving situation and consistent with globally coordinated action committed to by Basel Committee on Banking Supervision to alleviate the impact of COVID-19 on global banking system, additional regulatory measures are being announced today. So whatever regulatory measures we are announcing, they are consistent with the Basel guidelines. The first measure under this category of regulatory measures, they relate to asset classification. Economic activity has come to a standstill during the period of the lockdown. Now, as I go with these announcements, I request your patience because in the concluding paragraphs, in the concluding 2 or 3 paragraphs to which I will come very shortly, I have attempted to give some kind of a forward guidance on certain aspects, so I request your patience. I repeat, economic activity has come to a standstill during the period of the lockdown with consequential lingering effects which have unambiguously affected the cash flows of households and businesses. On March 27, the Reserve Bank had permitted lending institutions to grant moratorium of 3 months on payment of the current dues falling due between 1st March and May 31st. It is recognized that The onset of COVID-19 has also exacerbated the challenges for such borrowers even to honor their commitments which have fallen due on or before February 29, 2020.